Up next on Lion TV, Star reports on seniors reflecting on their school experience, and Jordan Jones with your latest slate of NFL games.
And me, Jacob Show, here with the story over a team here at the high school. All that and more, Lion TV starts now.
Good morning, Searcy High School. I hope all of you have adjusted back into school by now. I'm Lily Lindsay.
And I'm Linus Bowman. Glad to see you all on this beautiful Friday morning. Let's jump right into some student announcements. The chess club is open to any student who already knows how to play chess and is interested in competing in tournaments. The meetings are held on Tuesday mornings at 7:30 in room 205 with Miss Lawson.
Seniors, on Thursday, September 14th, you will have a class meeting and packet handout with Jostens to take home. Your in-school ordering day is Thursday, September 21st at 8 a.m. The ordering deadline is December 1st. Orders can also be placed online at www.jostens.com. Payment is $60 deposit and pay in full on order day or use GA Pay to split the balance into 4 equal payments. All orders must be paid in full before picking up your cap and gown in the spring.
Members of Beta Club, your first meeting is September 20th at 7:35 in the library.
New York's Columbia University will be at Searcy High School to visit with juniors and seniors. If you are interested, you must sign up. Sign up using the code on the poster outside the counselor's office. Columbia University will be here September 13th, 2023 at 9 a.m. in the high school library.
If you would like to join Educators Rising, an organization for those interested in a future career in education, please sign up with Miss Moat in room 213. Dues are $20 and t-shirts are $13. It's optional. Deadline for dues is September 30th, 2023. Educators Rising will have their first meeting September 15th at 7:30 in Miss Moat's room, at room 213. We will be assisting with a carnival at Westside Elementary on September 7th from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock. If you would like to sign up for that, see Miss Moat. Wow, that's a lot of announcements. Hey Lily, do you know how much work goes into training for a show goat?
I absolutely do not, but Jacob Shoei connected with a few members of FFA to get us some good insight. Jacob?
There are many teams here at Searcy High School. Many of these teams identify with an arena or a field, but this team's turf doesn't identify with either of those. They identify with a barn.
Goat showing is like a bodybuilding competition. You're able to show off the muscles on your goat. We're showing off the animal by getting them in the right position with our goats and getting them aligned up.
There are a lot of things that judges look for within these goat shows. FFA president and senior goat showman Cedar Maxwell and her team have to do many things to get their goats to first place standards.
In a good goat, you want to have good bone structure, big bones, good density. You want to make them have an open chest and a wide rack over the top. We use industrial treadmills. We have to walk them. We walk them forward to burn fat off of them and backwards to help build their muscle in the rear end.
With dealing with animals like goats, there are many different challenges that come up when taking care of them.
They change so fast. I mean, one week they can look top notch, ready to go, and the next day they look pretty rough and you're like, oh, I'm not going to get to show this thing. So it's definitely a challenge to keep them put together and hold their finish.
With many of their past achievements, there are many big goals that David and Cedar have in place going into their senior year.
With my first year goat, I was able to win first in district and first at county. Then with my second year goat, I got first at county, then third market goat overall. My goal is honestly just to win. Be able to get my money back maybe in some of my goat, but mostly just working with my goats to get into the right shape to be up with the competitors at state.
Last year I was reserve grand champion overall at White County Fair. My goal is to make sale with my lamb and a goat. Hopefully I can make sale.
While there are a lot of things that they enjoy about goat showing, their by far favorite part of doing it is the reward and payoff of all their hard work.
Getting first is like a surprise, but it's almost like a relief that all your work you've had or that you've worked on for the last 3-4 months has paid off.
And it's time consuming and it costs a lot of money. It's definitely rewarding to see the project turn out and bloom into what we want it to be.
With the first of 4 shows starting next week here with the White County Fair, we're excited to see what the GOAT showing team has in store for us this year. I'm Jacob Shoey, now back to the news desk.
Wow, I didn't realize how much effort went into training and showing goats.
Consider me impressed. Let's dive into some national news.
The effect of exercise on aging will be studied at the University of Arkansas at Fayetteville, thanks to a $2.5 million grant from the National Institutes of Health. The work will focus on the role of a protein called MYC in the process by which exercise can reduce the decline of skeletal muscle as a person ages. Assistant Professor Kevin Marock said in a news release that he has long been interested in how exercise can prevent aspects of aging.
Information theft is on the rise. Over 1.1 million people in the U.S. alone reported the crime to the Federal Trade Commission in 2022. When a thief opens accounts in your name or otherwise uses your data, you might feel powerless, but there are many steps you can take to prevent the worst outcomes. If you believe your personal information has been compromised, you should go to identitytheft.gov, where the FTC will provide you with an individualized recovery plan. Prompts and questions will ask you what the thief has used your information for, whether opening credit card accounts, getting car loans or leases in your name, or filing for government benefits.
Earth has sweltered through its hottest northern hemisphere summer over measured, with a record warm August capping a season of brutal and deadly temperatures. According to the World Meteorological Organization, last month was not only the hottest August scientists ever recorded by far with modern equipment, it was also the second hottest month measured, behind only July 2023.
Speaking of a hot summer, it has been pretty toasty lately.
It really has. I hope Phoenix will tell us it's supposed to be cooler soon. What's the weather look like, Phoenix?
Happy Friday, Cersei. Let's get right into that weather. Today you're going to have a high of 86. It's going to be partly cloudy with a rain percent chance at 24. Your wind's going to be east-northeast at 8 miles per hour. Your humidity is going to be at 60% and your sun rose at 6:44 a.m. Let's get on to tonight. Tonight you're going to have a low of 62, pretty clear skies. Rain is going to be at 5%. Sunset at 7:24 p.m. Winds at north-northeast at 7 miles per hour. And your humidity is going to be at 78%. On to the almanac. Average temperatures this month going to have a high of 88 degrees, low of 67 degrees. Your monthly average of precipitation is 3.83 inches, and that month today is 0.18 inches. On to that 5cast. Saturday is going to be pretty sunny with 88 degrees as your high, 60 as your low, and a 5% chance of rain. Sunday it's still going to be sunny with 88 as your high, 60 degrees as your low, and a 3% chance of rain. Monday it's going to start getting cloudy with 88 as your high again, 65 as your low, and a 4% chance of rain. Tuesday it's going to stay cloudy with 81 degrees as your high, 63 as your low, and 24% chance of rain. And on Wednesday we're finally going to be getting some rain, 79 as your high, 61 as your low, and a 35% chance of rain. Well, you were right, it's going to finally start getting cooler.
I'm just so thankful we're finally out of the 90s. I wonder what our lunch ladies are cooking up today. What's for lunch today, Linus?
For lunch today we'll be having classic cheese pizza, crispy chicken sandwich, whole grain French toast sticks, ham and cheese sub, and milk.
That sounds delicious. Make sure to thank our amazing lunch ladies for all of their hard work.
I most definitely will. Hey Lily, considering that we are seniors and all, what is your most memorable experience in school?
That's a really good question. I would have to think about that. But I know Star asked a couple of seniors about their school experience.
Many of us take our high school years for granted. Often when we reach our senior years, we start reflecting back on the experiences our high school gave us.
My favorite thing about Cersei High School is the environment. A lot of the people you're around, you only get to see for a certain amount of time, so it's fun to just enjoy the moment, the people that you're around.
My favorite thing about high school was just the sheer amount of people there are coming from all over. Some are from, well, Cersei.
While the 4 years you're here at high school seems like a long time when you start, numerous seniors said the years just flew by.
They say, oh, senior year is going to be so great. It just creeps up on you.
What I'll miss most about high school is the people and the environment. Kind of like you're in a spot where you know everybody.
The arts and other electives help to create that sense of belonging to a school community, building self-confidence and empathy for others.
Some activities I participated in high school. Theater for about 2 years, band for 4.
The activities I partaked in was like band, yearbook, Line TV. They were a lot of fun to me and brought out like different sides of me that I didn't know I had.
The seniors have picked up many experiences from when they first walked into Searcy High's doors as freshmen.
However, I will miss being able to see my friends sorta every day.
Something I've learned that I'll never forget is to always do your work. Don't procrastinate, because you'll get behind and then it's hard trying to catch back up. My advice to freshmen is just keep your head up, keep going.
It starts getting familiar and gets welcoming. It's really nice place and all, despite what I've said.
I am looking forward to leaving high school, but I'm also not, because I get to start a new chapter in my life. Searcy's home, that's it.
Some seniors say that entering and leaving high school is bittersweet, as both are huge jumps in a young person's life. We're lucky enough to have a resemblance of a normal high school experience: pep rallies, homecoming, and eventually prom. Now let's send it back over to our anchors at the news desk.
Wow, I can't believe we are already seniors. Hey Lily, did you get a chance to think about your favorite memory?
I sure did. My favorite memory at the high school would have to be all of the pep rallies. I feel like they get us really hyped up for the games.
Speaking of games, it's time for a sports update from Jordan Jones.
I really hope he gives us an NFL update before we get into their opening weekend. Take it away, Jordan.
Happy Friday, Searcy High. Let's get right into those sports updates before this well-needed weekend. In local sports, the Searcy Lions football team has a game later today where they will travel to Sheridan to take on the Yellow Jackets. The Lions are 1-0 after a big win against the Pioneers 2 weeks ago, while the Yellow Jackets are starting off rough with an 0-2 start with losses to both Malvern and Whitehall. Be sure to cheer on our Lions as they hope to move on to 2-0. The Searcy Lions tennis team had a match on Tuesday where they went up against Little Rock Christian High School. The boys would win a close one against the Warriors 5-4, and the girls would do the same where they won 6-3. The Searcy Lions esports team starts preseason games next week with Smash Bros playing on Wednesday and NBA 2K starting Thursday. We were able to catch an interview with head coach Brandon Renard on what his thoughts were during the preseason and the team's goals for the overall season.
I think the number one thing I've been focusing on so far is recruiting. We've got a lot of people joining. I think we're going to have the biggest Smash team we've ever had. I think we're going to have the most Rocket League players we've had in a long time, and I think we also might have the biggest Mario Kart team we've ever had. Ideally, I want to make it to state for both Mario Kart and Smash Brothers. I think we could do that, I really do.
Moving on to national sports, there have been many exciting games in the second full weekend of college football. Games include number 5 LSU losing to number 8 Florida State on Sunday 45-24, dropping the Tigers to number 15 and raising Florida State to number 4 in the rankings. The Arkansas Razorbacks blowing out Western Carolina on Saturday with a score of 56-13, and finally the number 17 TCU Horned Frogs getting upsetted against head coach Deion Sanders in Colorado on Saturday with a score of 45-42, putting Colorado on number 22 in the rankings. This will be the first time the Buffaloes have been ranked since the end of the 2020 season. In the MLB, many teams put up multiple of their players on waivers, with the teams in Ohio taking advantage as they look to squeeze their way into the playoffs. It would start where the Cincinnati Reds would claim outfielders Hunter Renfroe from the Angels and Harrison Bader for the Yankees to boost their offense, and then the Cleveland Guardians would try to boost an injured pitching staff by getting starring pitcher Lucas Giolito from the Angels. With these acquisitions, we'll see if these waiver moves will help these Ohio teams play October baseball. The 2023-2024 NFL season starts this weekend with many exciting games to kick us off. The games include Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills going to New York to take on Aaron Rodgers and his new team in the Jets. The NFC champions, Philadelphia Eagles, taking on Ezekiel Elliott and the New England Patriots at Gillette Stadium, making this their second matchup since the Philadelphia's overtime Super Bowl win back in 2018. And finally, a divisional championship between star quarterback Daniel Jones and the New York Giants going up against the Dallas Cowboys for the first Sunday night game of the year. With many exciting games like these, we can't wait to see how the season starts on Sunday. Well, Searcy, that's all the sports updates I have for you. Now back to the news desk with Linus and Lily.
Thanks for the sports updates, Jordan. Unfortunately, it seems we have reached the end of Line TV this week, Searcy. Don't forget to click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel at Searcy High Line TV.
And to follow us on X at Line TV, Instagram at Searcy Line TV, and on Facebook at Searcy High Line TV. Signing off, I'm Lily Lindsay.
And I'm Linus Bowman. Have a spectacular weekend, Searcy.